ravioli di zucca asiatica or butternut squash ravioli. Here we go. Here we go. Oh my God. Benvenuti a tutti and welcome to another episode of Taste This with Frank Gallo. Tonight I've got a special recipe for you. Now you may say, Frank, that doesn't sound like a recipe that poor people make. Remember, we had a garden and we raised all of our vegetables. So tonight we're going to make ravioli alla zucca asiatica. Ravioli, butternut squash ravioli. They are fantastic, and I'm going to take you through the whole process. It's really easy and it's unbelievably delicious. Let's go over our ingredients. We have kosher sea salt, extra virgin olive oil. I took the liberty of baking my butternut squash at 350 degrees for about an hour and 15 minutes, simply lightly oiled, olive oiled, and salted. I have sauteed white onions and just a little bit of garlic. I have freshly grated Parmesan cheese. I have fresh ricotta cheese. I have sage leaves, right here, sage leaves, butter, black pepper, nutmeg, some whole Parmigiano Reggiano that I'll use to finish it with, and some parsley. And now we're going to get the process started. First thing we're going to do is we are going to prepare the filling. I'm going to take Parmigiano Reggiano and place it into our butternut squash filling. And with a fork, I'm going to slowly start mixing it around. Once I've gotten it mixed nicely, I'm going to add my ricotta cheese. And we're going to mix. Butternut squash, by the way, is extremely healthy for you. Very, very healthy. Now I'm going to take my caramelized onions and garlic with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil and place it into the mix. The aroma is outstanding here. Now I'm going to put a touch of salt. Just about a pinch of salt. Remember, the cheese has some salt in it. Mix it in. Really good. Now I'm going to add a little black pepper. About a pinch. I don't want to overpower the butternut squash. Sprinkle in a nice amount of nutmeg. And mix it. Gotta have a little wine. Gotta have a little wine. The chef is working hard tonight. We're going to add a little more olive oil to this. We don't want it to be too dry. And we'll mix it a little further. Now I'm going to get ready to actually make the raviolis. These sheets of dough I made earlier, I never buy store-bought if I can avoid it. So you take a teaspoon and you just start to fill the dough there, just about 2 fingers apart on each one. Once you've got them in there, we're going to take my pastry brush and with a little water, I'm just going to wet the edges in between the raviolis so that we can get a good contact between the top layer and the bottom layer. This way they won't open when you boil them. So here you go, you just pull it over like that and then press down on all the edges in between, get all the air out and make it a nice firm seal there. Just go through it with your fingers like this and you'll see I use a fork at the end just to really make sure they're very well sealed. Now I use this little ravioli cutter, which really doesn't cut very well, but it gives me the shape that I want. So I follow it up with a cutter afterwards, as you'll see me doing. Just pop them all out like that, and you get really nice size ravioli like this. They're really perfect size. There you go, right there. And now I'm going to take my cutter and just going to finish the cut, as you can see I'm doing here. And all of this leftover dough, by the way, that you're cutting away is going to get reused. Nothing gets thrown away. Now at this point, you can see this is what I was talking about with the fork. I'm just going to press it down like that, making the seal even better. And then I just pick them up with my scraper and place them on the drying rack. Basically, that's all you have to do. At this point, it's going to be, the next step is going to be into the water and then into the sauce. Okay, so now we're going to make the sauce for the butternut squash ravioli. It's a very simple sauce. We're going to use a half a stick of butter. Our pan is heating up. As the butter begins to melt, I'm going to start adding the sage leaves, which are just incredible. The aroma that's coming from this pan right now is absolutely unbelievable. Now, when I make the ravioli and boil them in the water, I like to add a little extra virgin olive oil so they don't stick together. And you just place them in real gentle like that. They're not going to break on contact. Don't worry. I like to put them all into the water, then very gently, very, very gently stir them. But not much. Because of the olive oil, they're not going to stick to the bottom. And since they're so freshly made, they're just going to be ready in seconds. And now you see they're ready, and I'm transferring them over into the sauce, that beautiful butter sauce with the sage leaves. I'm going to put them in there, all of them, and then it's time to add some fresh Parmesan cheese just to make the sauce even creamier. I'm going to add a ladle full of the beautiful pasta water, a little bit more Parmigiano Reggiano, and now it's time to plate and taste. Put those beautiful sage leaves on the ravioli, and most importantly, let's not forget the final blessing with the extra virgin olive oil. Ravioli di zucca asiatica, or butternut squash ravioli. Here we go. It's that time. It's time to taste this with Frank Gallo. Are you ready? Here we go. Oh my God. I can't believe how good. Oh. You know, usually I only take 2 bites. This requires a 3rd bite. This is out of this world. Look at that beautiful, beautiful butternut squash on the inside. The beautiful sage leaves, the olive oil. Here we go again. Guys, really, I can't believe I keep doing this. It's incredible. I want to thank you so very much for watching tonight's episode of Taste This with Frank Gallo. Ravioli a zucca asiatica, or butternut squash ravioli. And I need you to like and subscribe to my channel so I can keep bringing you Mama Gallo's beautiful recipes. But most importantly, I love you, Mama. 100 anni, salute!